Hey Libras, it's Heather here with Earth Empress. I hope you guys are doing well. This is going to be your June 2019 connection spread. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of do what we did last time. We're going to grab your energy, the person you're connecting with's energy, and then in the center we're going to see where they connect, kind of let the cards fall where they may and see what, they're trying to tell us, what guidance is trying to come through. So it's going to be for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter in Libra, of course. I love my Libra babies. And if you are cross-watching, welcome. As always, this could very well play out vice versa. You could very well be resonating with the Libra energy versus the energy that's falling on your side of the table. As always, trust your gut, follow your intuition, take it as it resonates for you guys. And if this reading doesn't seem to fit at all for you, please don't try to force things. There are a ton of amazing readers out there. So feel free to click on one of the links or videos down below. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get the energy of the person they're connecting with first. So let's see what we can get for the person Libra is connecting with. Oh my gosh, we're not going to take all of these cards. I'm going to look at them though. We have the Three of Swords, High Priestess, and Four of Wands reversed. So it feels like they've been battling internally. Needing to go within, needing to kind of still their mind, still their soul after a period of feeling heartbroken. Wow. Powerful. Okay, guys, so let's see. We have Page of Cups, Eight of Cups. Talk about two different energies. Five of Cups and Ace of Wands. Okay. So, right out of the bat, this is some kind of offer, whether it's them being in a period of wanting to offer love or it's a period of them trying to figure out how to love themselves. Page of Cups, pages are messages coming in, but a lot of the times I see that as also like taking the first step, baby steps. Every little step adds up. And the pages are really the not just naive, but very new, very fresh, type of energy. You're not the King of Cups yet, you're the Page. So this is like something little, very, very small, but it's, as you can tell, like, I love the imagery on this card because it's like very close to their heart. So whatever it is, if it's an offer they're wanting to make and come in with, or maybe they're waiting on an offer to come in, or they could very well be waiting on messages, something, wanting to come through and show the love that they have. And it's one of those cases where it feels like it's something small, but it means the world to them. And if this is a period where they are trying to figure out how to give love to themselves, it's because they're coming from this energy, this Eight of Cups energy, which is moving forward. Making decisions to move forward emotionally, move forward from energies that you've been around. Not wanting to stay in this energy anymore of feeling alone. It feels lonely. So if they're giving themselves that self-love that they need, it's because they're in a period where they're ready to head out. Whatever they've been in, whatever energies they've been in and, surrounded by, they're not doing that anymore. They're making decisions in order to preserve their own self-love and for what their soul's calling them to do, what they're being pulled to do. And it's funny because, we have the Ace of Wands here, which is that first step. You have the Page, which is the baby steps. This is like, okay, this is it. This is happening. This leap of faith is coming in. This Ace of Wands, which is passionate. It's fiery. It is something that lights your soul up from the inside. It's coming in and it's bringing creativity and it's bringing happiness and joy and it's inspiring your soul. Well, that's what it's doing. This is coming in after a period of them making decisions to leave something behind, whether it's a state of being, an energy they were in, places they were in, people they were surrounded by, something that wasn't beneficial to their soul. And it's after a period of this Five of Cups, which is very, very much a state of lack, of feeling like, you are somewhat entrapped, missing, nostalgia, thinking about things, overthinking about things, overfeeling about things. This period, it's brought a lot of, again, like I said, the heartache. I kept getting heartache and lonely. It's like they felt so alone. And they are coming out of that because they're being inspired. Like the universe is coming in and bringing them some sort of clarity or something to spark some passion inside of them. And it's because this is it. This cycle that they've been in, it's time to leave it behind. It's time to move forward into the light. And it's after a very dark period. It feels almost like Dark Night of the Soul stuff. And if anyone has experienced that, it is definitely not something you want to stay in. You definitely want to find light any way you can. And they could very well be finding light in you. I mean, I'm not, I haven't thrown down other cards yet, but that's what I'm getting. I'm getting they're seeing some kind of light that's being shown like a beacon. And they're just like, you know what? This is it. This is where I need to head. I'm being called to go here. I'm being called to do this, to take these steps, to make this, change possible in my life because it's necessary, it's needed, and it's time. They're in a very, very potent energy right now because it does. It feels like they've been so alone and sitting in their feelings for so long that something had to give. And they just had some kind of epiphany, something come in, and it's like, wow, this is it. It's time to change. So what can we grab? Oh, okay. Right out of the bat. What can we grab for Libra's energy? What is Libra dealing with? What is Libra going through right now? What's going on in Libra's energy? Okay, so we have the Knight of Cups with the Magician. So you guys are definitely in your manifestation mode, and it's all about your feelings. Very Libra. You guys are very discerning, but at the same token, Libras love. They genuinely love and want to connect with people. It's almost very Gemini in that sense. And, it's about connecting and making people happy. And at the end of the day, having those relationships, those friendships, those partnerships that really inspire you. And, you have the Knight of Cups with the Magician. So to me, that's what it is. You're manifesting from a point of love right now. You're manifesting from love, wanting to give love. And the love that you're wanting to give is causing things to come into your life. And I feel like you guys went through a big period of dealing with very battle-worn energies because the Ten of Wands is you laying down the burdens that you were carrying for a while that weren't yours to begin with. Carrying around, it could be people's opinions, it could be other people's energy, their thoughts on things, their words that they said to you, it could be experiences you've dealt with certain people. You're coming out of that state. You're not feeling overburdened anymore. You are really trying to manifest because you're in a state of love, in a state of happiness. So the Two of Cups came out right after that Ten of Wands. So you're releasing something, and it's because of some kind of connection. I feel like this connection has inspired you, as well as this person to find the light. It's inspired you to find the love in yourself. This Two of Cups, it's a very deep, soulful connection, a soulful tie to someone. But it is also about balancing those cups out too. This isn't just someone you connect with and move along from. This is someone that you connect with, and it is a mutual appreciation, a give and take. They give and you give. You flow and they flow. You flow together. It's beautiful. It's respect. It's admiration. Queen of Swords on top of the Emperor. So some kind of truth coming in, or you finally coming to a point of truth within yourself, because that's your energy, Queen of Swords. You could be connecting with an Aries, Emperor. In this deck, I find it very masculine as far as Leo goes too, especially with the imagery. But the Emperor with the Queen of Swords, for me, speaks about you guys finding some clarity when it comes to your masculinity, when it comes to you taking charge of your life, taking charge of your happiness, your truth, what you want, where you're headed. And it's like you are moving forward because of this inspiration that you've had. You're letting that other shit go because you were inspired to take charge, to take action now. You were the one that's in the driver's seat, and you're wanting to take action. You're wanting to make movement happen. You're wanting to make change happen. You're wanting to move forward from the stagnant shit that consumed, it felt like, them and you. It felt like you both were consumed with stagnant energies, and you've been working on self-love for so long now. And it's finally coming through, Queen of Swords and the Emperor together also, for me, could be you respecting yourself so much that no one's going to come at you without being on their highest level, if that makes sense. Like, you're not just going to let anyone just approach you. You're loving, you're light, you're positive, you're giving love. And if someone's going to come at you and take advantage of that, they're not even going to get a chance because your energy is just going to completely shut them out. You're going to completely just done, cut it out right now from the get-go. And I love that because that is a point of self-love, because self-love is about discernment. When you get to a period where you love yourself so much that you demand to be appreciated, you demand respect because that's what you give to someone, that is when you know you're on the right path. And that is phenomenal, because that is exactly what you guys should be doing. You should be demanding and commanding respect for your soul, yourself, your spirit. That's what this is about. And these kind of unions that come together, a lot of the times they push us to the point where we have to recognize our self-worth, because otherwise we're so giving and we're so bending that we would let someone literally walk over us. No, that's not the way this works. You get to a point within you where you feel the power and you stand up for yourself and your love and your, faith you have in yourself. And you don't let anyone deter you in that. And that's phenomenal and that's beautiful, because that's what you're doing. I'm loving this Libra energy, and my Libra moon is definitely loving this right now. Just going to say that, guys. So what can we get where the energies are connecting? Where are these energies coming together? Where are they coming together? Oh, wow. Okay, well, we have 7 of Wands. We have Page of Wands. We have 10 of Swords. We have the Tower and Justice. So, first things first, guys. I feel like though you're headed in the right direction, you have the positivity, you have the mindset. A lot of you have been struggling with the outer influences. I feel like you both have. You both have had to deal with a lot of combativeness, again, whether it's from other people around you or combativeness within yourself on what, head versus heart, body versus soul. It's about getting it all connected in alignment and deciding within yourself what you want. And then you do that, really, because once you decide what you want, Page of Wands, you know where you want to be. You know what you want to do, where you want to head, where you want a connection to lie, where you want communication to come in, who you're passionate about, what you're passionate about. And then, you release any cycles that don't serve you. You release a mental state of being that you have been in, where you probably have had anxiety, you've probably had stress, you've probably worried about this connection, maybe worried about where you're headed, worried about, your sense of worth, your self-esteem, your purpose, your journey, am I doing the right thing, am I on the right path? And for me, this definitely speaks of someone that's finally let go of the worry and has stepped into divine alignment and is embracing the flow, just embracing and saying, you know what, this is where I'm at now, this is where I am. I know I'm being guided. I know I'm heading in the right direction. And as long as I go where I'm called to be, then there's no need to worry. And that's what the key is, guys. There is no state of worry. There's no reason for it. Understand that things happen and triggers happen and we grow and we heal and we move forward. And that's just a part of life. That's this experience being in a human body, being this beam of light soul trapped in this body, is you're going to experience pain. But when you decide to stay in that stagnancy, stay in that depleting energy, that anxiety riddenness, that's where the issue lies. You can feel it and then you move on from it. And you guys have gotten to a point where you mastered that because you are so self-aware. You probably are at a period where you call yourself on your own bullshit. You see other people's and you are very, I don't know how to explain it. You are very graceful when it comes to other people and things that might be considered faults or insecurities or issues. It's like you can see them, but you don't judge them for it. You need to take that same grace that you give other people and put that into yourself, that same love. And that's what you guys have been doing. You've finally been saying, you know what? I'm not perfect. I'm never going to be perfect. I'm perfectly made the way I should be. And I'm on a divine path, which for me is all I need. That is perfection. And that is amazing. So we have the Tower and the Justice card here. The Tower is about foundations being shifted, change coming in, epiphanies coming in, things being shaken up. It doesn't have to be a be-all, end-all card. It's just like the Death card for me. A lot of people see the Death card as something that is very dark. And for me, I'm like, no. If I'm a shitty person at some period of my life, or if I'm going through a shitty situation, I would love for change to come in so I can learn from it and move forward, versus never knowing or never being aware that things around me or the ways that I've been or anything like that's toxic, because the Death card usually comes after toxicity. It's after a period that needs to change, and it changes because you transform and you grow. That's what the Tower does. It brings in some growth. It's not always the way we want it to be, but it is growth. And with the Justice card here, it's like timing has come into play, but also karma has come into play. Because with the Justice card here, and again, this is your card, your energy. The Justice has come in. It's time. It's time for things to change. You know, it's time. I just keep getting, it's time. It's time. It's time to love yourself. It's time to step forward into this. In this connection, you know, this is the energy share between the two of you. So you both feel like the timing has come and you're waiting on something to come in and shake each other up in order to move forward, in order for either closure to come in, because the Justice card can be related to, you know, again, laying things down and closure coming in, but it's also about weighing, you know, the scales, evening them out. Well, a lot of the times that means someone comes back into the picture because there was no closure. There was never anything. So where's karma coming in? You know, that's what Libra is very good at, weighing those scales, balancing those pros and cons. The thing that we get so wrapped up in sometimes is that we are so worried about which one's right and wrong, which one do I take, which path do I go, that we don't make a choice. And that tower sometimes forces us to make a decision. And it's, again, for our greater good. You're being pushed into it, making choices. So between the two of you, that's this energy sharing. It's a very powerful energy. It's something that's going to make some kind of progress happen, some kind of change, shift in things so the scales can weigh out, so they can even out. I love that because it is very, very divine. I mean, you guys have both been through the ringer, but the period that you're in now, it's illuminating, it's enlightening, and you guys especially. Wow, that one wanted to fly all the way across the room because, well, let's make Heather go run after it, right? Now, and we have this card. Okay, so let me grab just a couple. Let's see what we can get for Libra and the person they're connecting with. Okay, so we have let go. Yeah, it's about flow. This card, that's what it is. It is about you guys. You have finally, I feel like Libras have stepped it up spiritually so much in the past year alone, but in the past couple months for sure, of just being in flow and letting it go and saying, you know what, if this is going to work out, it's going to work out. If it's not, that's not my divine path. And understanding and having that faith, and that kind of changes everything for you guys. Insight, again, you've had it. I mean, you know that inside you have the power necessary to make these decisions. You know that your soul is being called and guided in places, and you finally understand and you just get it. You get that, okay, this isn't going to look the way everyone thinks it should. This isn't going to look the way I'd imagined it. But you know what? This is where my soul's calling me to be. This is where I'm going to go. I'm going to flow with it, and I'm going to trust that I'm being guided in the right direction. And you are. The universe works fast when I'm having fun. I feel like this heavily speaks to that self-love. That putting that love into yourself, that pouring into your cup, filling this Two of Cups. Because even right now, if you're not physically connected, if you're not in communication, there's a deep spiritual tie between the two of you that really makes you feel the love. I don't know how else to explain that. You know, it's like it's forced you to step into your self-love. And because of that, you're able to truly feel the connection, feel the love between the two of you. Which is, I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. Hope is the conduit for miracles. Yeah. I love that because a lot of the times these connections are not 3D based. A lot of the times connections like this, they are reliant on heavy faith. Heavy faith does a lot of good though. When you get to where you flow and you just, again, put your faith in the universe and say, you know what? This is going to happen when it's supposed to happen. And if it's for me, it's not going to pass me up. Because I promise you, something that is for you, the universe will not let it pass you by. If it is for you and for your soul, if you make decisions along the way to deter it, that happens. It may take you longer to get there, but if that's where you're supposed to be, or if this is who you're supposed to be with, or if this is what you're supposed to be doing, you will eventually get there. It's all about trusting and flowing with the universe and not combating it constantly or making decisions that are out of alignment. Because the second you step out of alignment and go and make a decision that's not in your best interest and not in your soul's best interest, that puts you in ego. And then that throws the whole situation off. And that's you having to get redirected again, them coming in, redirecting you back to where you were supposed to be, where your soul's calling you to be. Flow. Flow. That's flow. Be like the water and flow, guys. Let me grab this one card that apparently wanted to take a little sabbatical over there in the corner. True healing occurs when I give myself permission to feel whatever feelings live below the triggers. Yeah. So this is, for me, this speaks about that Seven of Wands. The combativeness, the Ten of Wands, the Ten of Swords. This is finally releasing because you felt it. You've allowed yourself to feel it and heal it. And when you heal and you feel, you move forward. And that, yeah, that's a beautiful Libra. Like, I absolutely love this reading. It is so positive. There's so much growth here. So, yeah, I'm going to leave that there. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of the month, and I will see you in a couple weeks. Love and light. Bye.